Hey, what's going on, everyone? This is Mr. Riley coming to you live from the West Coast, the best coast, the West Side. And let me make sure we're good. All righty. So, how's everyone doing this Monday, July 7th? Man, the summer's going by. It's doing what it's doing, really. And so, hopefully, you're doing well. Hopefully, you had a wonderful 4th of July if you celebrate 4th of July. And I think someone told me happy 10th or 15th day after Juneteenth, so I'll take that as well. So tonight we're not going to be long. We're just over here testing out some stuff, testing out some stuff over here. And as you saw in the description in the title, I put in a 35 days of content creation challenge. Say that 5 times fast. And so we're out here in the streets trying to test out some things, making sure, first of all, that we can post comments and that we can be heard nice and clear. And I just want to give a brief reason as to why you might be seeing a whole bunch of posts from your boy, either on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and the TikTok channel. So what I've done over the past couple of days is I've been sprinkling content. I've been creating content on TikTok, and I've been sprinkling it over on YouTube and my IG, which I have my Facebook also linked to. So they're kind of together. And so just trying to do something a little bit different, a little bit fun this summer. And one of the reasons why I wanted to do this is because I wanted to bring a little bit more engagement to the channel. But also a few weeks ago, I was looking at some of my YouTube shorts and I only had 2. And I was like, man, dude, you need to start posting stuff. And then also I was looking at watching a live stream a couple of weeks ago. Shout out to Doc Rock. And he was just like, look, why aren't you posting? You know, you don't have engagement because you're not posting as much as you should. So I'm like, hey, I probably should start posting a little bit more so that I can get, maybe engage with the community a little bit better. And so that's what I've done. So beginning last week at some point, I believe it's Sunday, I just started posting, creating videos and content and just posting them and sprinkling them all over the social media platforms that I'm associated with. And by the way, let me go ahead and show you which ones I am associated with. That way you can be clear where you can find your boy. So all of my content that I'm creating, I'm really doing it on TikTok because I find it's easy to work with in terms of captions and sounds. But sometimes you have to be careful with those sounds because the sounds that you might include in the video, it might not jive, it might not work well with the social media platform. And so sometimes you just got to be careful. And so I try to choose generic music in the background that can go well, that can work well with the content that I'm creating, that I'm posting, because I don't want to get a strike, especially on YouTube. I don't want to get a strike. And so if it's copywritten, I kind of make sure that some of those similar songs are also on the other platforms as well. But in terms of creating the content, I'm creating the content in TikTok, so that's where everything is. If you want to see all the videos and all the goodness, you go over there and you can add me to your TikTok profile because that's where all of my content is posting. So I might post for myself, I might post for my church, my youth group, something for school or something that I've done at school. So that's where you're going to see all the content. And then what I'll do is I'll sprinkle that out either on Facebook or on my YouTube Shorts shelf. And so you see TikTok down there at the bottom. That's where you can find me. And then also YouTube, you can find me there. And also Instagram and Facebook, like I said, they're connected together. So that's where you can find my content as well. So enough with that. That's where I can be found. So like I said, if you want to see all the content, go over to the TikTok page and, we can engage a little bit over there. So I kind of wanted to do something, and I kind of so in this video, we'll just kind of talk about some of the AI tools that I've been using to kind of help me gather my thoughts and ideas for content. And then we'll also show you, and actually that was the first thing that you saw on the screen a couple of moments ago. You saw the themes of the day, if you will, in which I'm posting. So let's go ahead and get into that really, really quick. So that way I'll show you how I used one of the AI tools to help me generate some of my ideas. And so if I move over just a little bit over here, so these are my daily posts. 7 days in a week, I have 7 themes, 7 different themes for each day. So you see Spiritual Sunday, where it might be a prayer, although I'm thinking about not really a prayer because, prayer is supposed to be a little bit more authentic. And so I did share a scripture last week, and I still have to do one for yesterday. I'm a day behind with that one. So I'll post that sometime tonight. And then, so that's Spiritual Monday. So I might even do something where I show you behind the scenes, because I do work with the media team in my church. And so I might show a couple of things that we do behind the scenes or some of the programs that we're using. Mindful Monday. Today is Mindful Monday, and I have to record that video as well, and I have that one. So, Mindful Monday, I kind of borrowed that from my BSAP for my school. And so basically, again, I have community circles, I hold community circles within my classroom. And so each day we kind of have a different theme. And so I kind of infuse those into my daily posts. And so you see Mindful Monday, just something where you can just sit back, relax, and think about where you are in the space that you are and what you're doing. You're being aware. And so that might be breathing. That might be just being aware of the place that you are in that particular moment. So that's Mindful Monday. And then Tech Tuesday, something about technology, because I have a whole bunch of technology over here. And so, we're just doing some stuff. Hey, what's going on, Dewan? Dewan's my friend over there. I believe you're over there in Texas. So thanks for watching and popping in, man. For whatever reason, my social stream ninja is not allowing me to pop comments on the screen, but I appreciate you watching and, appreciate your support, my friend. So Tech Tuesday, anything that deals with technology. So it can be something that I'm using in the studio, something that I'm using out in the field away from the studio. So it might be a piece of camera equipment or some live streaming equipment, something that's going to enhance people being able to use their content. So that's Tech Tuesday. Wellness Wednesday, something that you kind of, you think about, you're mindful about in terms of your overall wellness. So I'm trying to remember, what did I share last week? Oh, I think I shared a video of me making my hibiscus tea in the morning in terms of, instead of using some of the medication that I've been prescribed, I can use some, drink that hibiscus tea. And I think I showed you the process of making that and drinking it. Thankful or Throwback Thursday. Those are just days that, I might show gratitude, or what we call in our school, Grati Thursday, just being thankful. Or it might be a throwback pick or situation. And so I think this past Thursday, I showed a past trip that I took to Belize. My wife and I, every summer we take a trip somewhere. So I think I just showed, we talked about taking a trip, getting away, being thankful that she plans the trips that we take. And then Fun Friday, I like to have fun. And so Fun Friday, it can be related to something I've done with the kids, with the family. Yeah, well, the kids are like almost young adults now. But something I consider fun. And then Self-Care Saturday, this past Saturday, I just kind of showed you the responses for, after I got my haircut and all that kind of good stuff. So it was a good thing. And so we'll kind of keep that cycle again for the next couple of days. And so what I did do, hey, Chris Brooks, what's going on, sir? Hopefully everything is well. Hopefully my goddaughter is doing well. Hopefully she's not driving you up a tree. Shout out to Chris and Cicely Brooks with my goddaughter, Aria. Man, we just over here just talking about a little content creation challenge that I've challenged myself to go through for the next 35 days. And so we're just in the beginning of it. And so I'm just talking about some of the daily posts that you'll see on coming out of my social media. And then since you guys are here, I'll just show you where you can find me real quick, and then we'll go over. And I just want to show you some tools in which I've used to help organize my thoughts in terms of what I want to do and post every single day. So that's where, again, if you're just hopping in, those are the social media accounts that you can find me. I have my Instagram and my Facebook. They're linked together. So usually it asks me when I want to post on Instagram, hey, do you want to send it over to Facebook? Like, yes, sir. Because who has time to keep posting to each and every one of these social media platforms? So I have those two linked. And then my YouTube account, my YouTube Shorts shelf, that's doing well. And then, of course, down there at the bottom, TikTok. TikTok is where I'm creating all of the stuff, posting all of my videos. And so I just kind of use that as a way to create my content. And so if you want to see everything that I post, go over there and, add me to your profile on TikTok. All righty. Riley says, your goddaughter is tickled. The video I just saw of her watching you is priceless. Oh, wow. Okay, that's cool. That's what's up. I'm going to have to check that out. Thanks to Riley. She's trying. Chris says she's trying her best to get on his nerves. Man, come on, dude. You know that's your girl. You love your daughter. All right. Anyway, so let me just show you real quick. Let me go back to my main screen here. So yeah, I'm glad you guys are tuning in, and I was kind of worried because in my live streaming software, it was showing that I was not live, but I'm glad to see that you guys are watching and engaging as well. All right, so last thing I want to do, and then I'm gonna finish the live stream. So one of the things that I was challenged by a content coach. His name is Doc Rock. Look at a lot of his videos. He's over there in Hawaii. Famous dude. He's all kind of videos about technology, live streaming, things of that nature. And so, we kind of engage back and forth from time to time. And so one of the videos that I was watching, that one of his live streams a couple of weeks ago, was like, look, you need to start posting. Why aren't you posting? And I was just like, okay. He was like, look, why don't you just post for 3 days? And, so I started posting. He's like, matter of fact, if you post, tag me in them. So, I tagged him in the first couple of videos, and he's like, hey, Mr. Riley, you good? Because I have all my people online call me Mr. Riley. So he's like, look, shout out to you, dude. You're doing your thizzle. Like, all right, I appreciate it. So I was just thinking, I need to create more content, keep myself busy, keep my mind going. I know it probably drives my family nuts because they're always criticizing me about, hey, man, you got too much screen time. You got too much screen time. I'm like, look, I'm on vacation, right? But here we go. So I used ChatGPT to help me create and organize my content schedule for each day. Okay, so I'm gonna show you the prompt that I put in. And, a lot of times people are just using, hey, chat, come up with, they're not prompting it the way that they really should to get the results that they really, really want and desire. So let me show you what I did here. So here it is right here. Here is a link into my ChatGPT account, and here's the prompt that I gave it. So I said, good evening, ChatGPT. I need you to act as a social media content creator and help me come up with 5 weeks of content for each day of the week. And then I told it what I wanted to do, label it, Mindful Mondays, Tech Tuesdays, Wellness Wednesdays, and so forth and so on. And so, let's see. And then I even gave it a specific, the Tech Tuesday can be related to live streaming or any of the equipment that I have now. Because ChatGPT and I have been engaging back and forth, it knows, I was about to say she or he, it knows what I have, right? And so that's kind of what I put in. And it says, good evening, James. Here is a 5-week content calendar tailored to your daily themes, live stream, tech gear, creative, all the kind of good stuff. Educator, faith-based, identity. Each day includes a specific post, ideas that you can turn into reels, carousels, photos, or captions, right? So then what it did, it gave me, 5 weeks for Monday, 5 weeks for Tuesday, 5 weeks for Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, okay? And I was like, all right, cool, this is good. This is a great start. But then what I did was I said, with the ideas you generated, can you create a daily events calendar beginning on Saturday, July 29th, and ends days or 5 weeks from that day. And so it did. It says, absolutely, James. Here is your 5-week social media content calendar, starting Sunday, the 29th, and ending on August 2nd. Each day includes the corresponding daily theme and the post idea for the content plan, okay? So they gave me, that's the first week. So I think I posted created a post every single day for last week. And then here's the ideas. Now, the good thing about it, I can modify it because this is my calendar. I created the calendar. So if I want to do something else on that day, I can, because it's my calendar. But these are just ideas that I can run with or not run with and do something totally different. So this week you'll see I'm struggling with the voice over and the prayer, so I'm still trying to figure that out. I was working on that last night. I think my phone died, and so I didn't finish that post, but I will at some point today. So it'll be a Spiritual Sunday post coming up, and then also I have to do today. And I like this Mindful Monday 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 grounding technique that I can use in my class with my students or anyone else. If you need to just ground yourself, center yourself, take a couple of deep breaths, and just go for it. And then, you kind of relax yourself and prepare yourself for the next activity that you're working on, that you're about to work on. And then there's Tech Tuesday. So I have a couple of different iPads. So I might show how to connect my Rode Wireless Me mics with my phone or my iPads. Wellness Wednesday, I might move for 5 minutes. I can do that and record it. Or I could just, be busy for 1 minute and then just upload that as content. And so Throwback Thursday, I might be grateful for the journey, right? So it might be another reflection based on some place that my wife and I and other friends have gone. It could be a place, a restaurant, or something like that. And then on Friday, it says share your favorite current game, show, or music. And Self-Care Saturday says put down the phone challenge. So that's going to be hard because we're always attached to our phones. Hey, Kombucha, what's going on? Long time no see. Absolutely. Good to see you. Thanks for visiting. Just talking about my 35-day content challenge. So just showing how I use some of the AI tools to kind of help me generate ideas. And so, again, it goes on for the next 2 or 3 weeks right here. One of these weeks I'll be traveling, so it's going to be a little bit difficult for me, or not difficult. It will be a challenge for me to post every single day, but I know I can do it. And you see some ideas for next week or the following week, and then to finish up all the way to August 2nd. So a good thing about it, this is just ideas, and if I want to change it, I can, because I can do that. And then sometimes what I'll do is I might ask in this same thread, I might ask a little bit more specific, something specific about that particular content that I'm going to post on that day, just to kind of, help me dig down a little bit deeper. Like for today, I really didn't know what 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 grounding or Mindful Monday activity, the technique. But after kind of looking at it and looking at a couple of videos, I can use it in the classroom with my students, or, folks can use it in their everyday life. If you're sitting at a desk, for 8 hours and you want to, you need some time to yourself to kind of refocus, then you might try the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 challenge just to kind of reground, get your feet settled, get your mind right for whatever particular meeting or whatever it is that you do at your desk, or it can be outside as well. That lunchtime, if you're sitting outside, soaking in some of the sun, some of the, the sights and sounds. And basically the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, it helps you to tap into the senses that we all have. So if you're watching in the chat, how many senses do we have as humans? And I'll wait for your response. But yeah, so the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 kind of correlates to the senses that we have as humans, and so it allows you to do certain things. So you might touch one thing, you might hear, smell, see something, and taste something as well. So I just gave you the amount of things that we do as humans. So it's the five senses. So the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 challenge helps you to get into the five senses that we have as humans, and it allows yourself to regroup and ground yourself for whatever you're getting ready for. If you're having a difficult day, even, not even if you're having a difficult day, you just want to ground yourself and get prepared for what's next to come. James Hicks, what's going on, sir? I can definitely pop Kombucha's comment on here, and my man James up there in the Bay Area. What's going on, sir? You need to check out his content on YouTube as well. Again, man, I'm just finishing up, doing some testing over here, just finishing up, talking about how you can use ChatGPT, or it could be any other AI tool to help you develop ideas for, 35 days is a long time. So I know I could come up with 35 ideas, but I really wanted to be specific. And so as I wrap up, in this video, we talked about, me wanting to just grow a little bit, engage a little bit more on my social media platforms, and using ChatGPT to come up with ideas, help me come up with ideas. So again, I'll go back to the shared screen as we close out this piece, close out this mug. So here is the here's the prompt that I gave ChatGPT, and they kind of helped me generate some ideas. And then from that, I kind of tweaked it. I had Chat tweak it a little bit more. And so the only thing I really had to do, if I wanted to import all of this into my personal calendar, I can, or write it down. But I did print it out. So I think it even provided me with a PDF that I can use. And I think I printed it out somewhere in my planner at home. And I just kind of use it to, so it asked if I wanted either a printable PDF, Canva template, Google Doc. And I was like, yeah, give me a PDF. So it did. And let me see if it's going to do it now. Sometimes when you hit download, it doesn't do it. So let me see. And then I'll show you the calendar. See, download file. Let's see if it works. Yeah, see, for whatever reason, sometimes it won't work for your boy. But I already know I have a printed out version, okay? So there you go, guys, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. So I appreciate y'all hopping on. And again, I just wanted to test out a couple of things, trying to go live on the Facebook. And it is live, I can see that. And just my comments are not being able to post. Again, I just have to work with Social Stream Ninja. And that's really the name of the software. I just have to configure it so that it works effortlessly. It worked last week when I had a guest on my show. And so I don't know why, whatever reason, it's not working properly right now. So other than that, I don't see any questions. I appreciate y'all hopping in. And again, just dropping in my social media accounts if you haven't had the chance to add your boy, follow your boy. Here you go. TikTok is where you can find everything. And I'm using TikTok once I publish or create that piece of content. I'm sprinkling the content to either Instagram, Facebook, because I have them linked. And then I'm also posting them on my YouTube Shorts shelf. And here's a funny thing. Last week, which was kind of intriguing, I posted 2 pieces of content that dealt with technology, and I got a lot of views, a lot of engagement on those 2 videos because they dealt with technology. And then the other videos that I posted kind of dealt with, some of my daily themes. They didn't get as much, but they got more than the first 2 videos that I posted on my Shorts shelf. So, that was kind of amazing to me to see just, people being engaging. Now, I know when you watch the video, sometimes people might stay and watch the whole thing, or they might watch a portion of it, right? So just like with YouTube videos, people might watch about 10 or 15 minutes of it if it's a 30-minute video. So, that still counts as, people watching the content. So other than that, guys, I appreciate you hopping on, and do me a favor. I will be producing more and more content, especially on Mondays. Mondays is my time to come into my studio. My studio is about 20 minutes away from my house. I do have a home setup, which I was kind of demoing last week. Shout out to Kevin and Damian and Riley for helping me get my sound right last week. But I would love for you to engage, especially if you're on YouTube. Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and, holla at your boy, because I'm about to produce some pretty dope content, I think. And so I appreciate you guys watching. Continue on with your day, because I still have two videos, one for yesterday, which was Spiritual Sunday, and I still have to do one for Mindful Monday. All right, just look for that video. It's going to be the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 technique. All right. So other than that, guys, I appreciate you watching. Have a wonderful day. I'll catch you in the next video. This is Mr. Riley coming to you live from the West Coast, the best coast, the West Side. Take care. I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.
Sunny days, West Coast rain, always bright.